Hi, so you want to get started writing Rust programs. And the first thing you want to do is get Rust installed on your operating system. My name's Charles and I'm going to take you through that now, step by step in this tutorial, installing Rust on either a Linux or a Mac operating system. I'm going to include a link in the description as to how you can do that on a Windows system, but I'm not going to cover it in this tutorial. After that, I'm going to show you how you can update Rust because it has a 6-week update cycle. So you need to keep it updated if you want to take advantage of the latest features. Then after that, we're going to do like a really simple hello world example, and I'm going to take you through that. Okay, so the next step is let's jump into the console and get started. So here I am. First of all, I'm going to go to rustlang.org tools install. I'll put this link in the description so you don't need the link right now. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come and copy this link. I'm going to jump across into my browser-based IDE, which is a VS Code IDE. You can use a different IDE. I just like VS Code. And first of all, I want to show you that Rust is not installed. So if I do rustc -- version, let's take a look. Nothing is returned, no such file or directory. So let's fix that now. Let's paste that line in we copied earlier. And you can see it gives me 3 options: proceed with standard, customize, or 3 cancel. I'm just going to go with 1, the default install. You can see it's going to start the installation now. Okay, and that's now completed. Okay, let's now run rustc again -- version. You can see that it's now returned that Rust is installed. The date of this release, which was 6th of the 8th, 2024, the hash of that install, the version, and so that's what we would update in future. So I'm going to show you now how you would perform an update sometime in the future. To do that, I'm going to type rust update. Because I've just installed it, there is no update, but you would do that in future if you want to check for an update. Okay, the next thing I said I was going to do is I was going to show you how to do a simple hello world program. So let's do that now. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create an empty file. The .rs extension is used by Rust files or Rust programming. So if you're writing in Rust, it's common practice to put .rs at the end as your file extension. That's created me this empty file over here. Let's go into there and create our first hello world function. To do that, I'm going to do fn for function. I'm going to give the function a name. Now I'm going to call this a main function. Rust, when it runs, looks for the main function as the entry point to our code. So although in future tutorials our functions will have different names, typically we need a main function as the entry point. So I'm going to call this main empty brackets. Inside these brackets is where the inputs or parameters to our function would normally go. We don't have any in this example, so they're going to be empty, and then I'm going to use curly brackets. Okay, inside the curly brackets is where the code lives for our function. And in this case, we just want to print out hello world. So I'm going to use a print ln macro. We'll cover macros in a future session. Hello world. And then I'm just going to finish that off with a semicolon. So now we have our function. We declare our function with fn. We've given it a name, main, which is the entry point. And we have these brackets here, which would include any inputs. We don't have any inputs or parameters. And then inside the curly brackets, we have our function code, the print ln macro, and then the string that we want to return. So that's it. Okay. Save that file. I have autosave turned on, so it's automatically saved. And the next thing we want to do is the second step, which is to compile this code. Rust is a compiled language, which means that we compile it up front, that creates a binary, and then we run the binary. Other languages like Python are interpreted languages, and we don't have to do this second step. We'll go into the benefits and trade-offs of this in a future tutorial, but right now you just need to see that we need to compile this language into a binary. So to do that, I'm going to do Rust C hello world .rs. Okay, you can see up here it's actually created a separate file, and to show you that I'm just going to list the contents of this directory. We can now see our original hello world.rs, and we can also see this file here, which is our binary. It's the binary that we can now run. Okay, so to run our binary, I'm just going to do hello world. And you can see that I don't put rs because I'm running the binary, not the rs. And it returns hello world. So that's all we really need to cover right now. Is what we've done is we have created our hello world file. We've then gone to the second step, which is to compile that into a binary, and then we've run the binary. Okay, I hope that was great for a getting started, really simple hello world installing Rust example. Follow along for future tutorials on more information on Rust programming. Please subscribe to the channel, give it a like, and give me any feedbacks that you have in the comments. But that's all we've got time for in this particular session, and can't wait to see you in the next one. Thanks.